Warning: this video contains real conversations with real people who may use explicit language. Viewers' discretion is advised.
Yeah, you don't think of a saint being unholy.
I don't know.
I need it in front of me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All right, so we got Mateo here. He's from Colombia. So what made you get into the whole culture? What made inspiration? What was your inspiration? Where'd it come from?
Man, I work with the sneakers.
Yeah.
I work with sneakers. I customize. And I love this world, this culture. So, I like it.
Yeah.
It's just a feeling.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Can you tell us more about what you do with shoes, like how you customize them, what your process is like, what your inspiration is like?
All right. I customize, I deconstruct and reconstruct the shoes.
Nice.
I'm a shoe sergeant student. I deconstruct and I sew it, cut all the leather, everything. I love that thing, man. Yeah.
What made you interested in doing that?
I saw shoe surgeons work, his work. And I don't know, man. It's something that you feel.
Yeah, you just feel it.
you just feel it.
It's a vibe, yeah.
And now my girlfriend and I were living of that.
Yeah.
The shoes is paying the bill. The shoes
Nice.
are paying the bill.
How long have you been doing this?
3 years.
3 years?
Yes, sir.
Nice.
It's hard work. You have to work, practice, but no, we love it, man. Yeah.
What does being here at ComplexCon? What does this mean for you guys?
It's a dream. It's our first ComplexCon.
Let's go.
Mine, my girlfriend,
Same,
the first one.
same.
Yes,
Yeah.
let's see what the competition got for us.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's
great.
We're excited. Yes.
Yeah. Familia in Colombia too?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
Love it,
yeah.
love it.
We live there.
Sweet, man. Sweet.
Yeah, like Jake Balvin. That's where we come from.
Yeah, Jake Balvin.
there you go, man.
That's what I see. Actually, I made a part for him.
Oh,
Let's
really?
See if I can.
Yeah,
You wanna see
made a
it?
part? Let's
Yeah.
see
Yeah.
it. Clean shoe right here. Got that fresh
Got it in
shoe
the
for J
bag,
Balvin. Oh, those are clean.
Actually, it's with recycled material.
Yeah.
Everything.
Recycled material?
Yes, sir. Look, the sole is from a Move to Zero Jordan 1.
Okay.
Yeah, and all the parts are from recycled leather.
That's great,
Yeah.
man.
Well, you can do my shoe real quick.
It's expensive, man.
I'll pay you right now.
Dang, that's great,
right,
man.
Yeah, that's what we got.
You got like a vision behind why you use recycled materials?
Yeah, we have a big event like this, like this one in Colombia, the Sneaker Society.
Yeah.
So the concept this year was recycle and ecological, everything.
Eco-friendly.
So yeah, eco-friendly. So that's what I made this part with recycle. Yeah.
Appreciate
Dope,
it, man.
man.
Thank you,
Well, thanks for
guys.
chatting with us, man. Thanks for chatting with us,
so much,
Mateo. This is
bro.
awesome. Yeah, of course.
You
of
too,
course.
brother. So what brings you out here to ComplexCon?
Well, I have a sneaker channel on YouTube in Spanish.
Ooh,
We talk
okay.
about sneakers. It's called Royal Team TV.
Royal
And
Team
and I do IGTV and Reels, everything on IG,
yeah, I got the
and
plug.
all the
Yeah,
content
yeah,
about sneakers. I do own a store in Monterrey, Mexico, which is the second biggest city after Mexico City. And I own a store. I own a show. It's called Dejando Huella, like leaving a footprint. And it's in Mexico City, Guadalajara, Monterrey, the three biggest cities in Mexico. And I do a lot of things, but it's part of the things that I'm
What does
doing.
that one do? You said the three. What is that specifically?
We had the show. The last show we had it on Guadalajara like a month ago.
Okay.
We had around 7,000 to 8,000 people. And I know, and with the pandemic and everything, it was a big challenge, but it was a good show, and that's why I came here, to see what's going on and what can we do in Mexico.
So we were gonna ask you what does ComplexCon mean to you?
Oh, a lot. I see a lot of friends, and
Yeah.
we make more new friends and everything.
yeah.
So Ricardo and everybody. So it's good to meet more people and bring people to Mexico to see how the culture has grown. And so that's like my main point. Meet new people and try to get them into Mexico to expand the
That's
culture.
awesome. That's so cool.
Yeah.
What made you want to do this? From family, values? How did it get started?
It started as a hobby. I used to be a musician. I
you're
used
a
to
musician,
I used
okay.
to sing like
Cool.
10 years ago,
Yeah.
and I always loved the sneakers because of Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
MJ.
be 41 this month, so
okay,
I'm
cool.
old school. So
Happy birthday.
thank you.
That's
So
awesome.
that's how it started, and then with the music
Yeah.
business, I started wearing my Jordans and
Jordans,
everything.
yeah. So it started from MJ, watching
yeah,
are you big
watching
basketball?
yes, sure.
Basketball? That's awesome.
Great, man. Yeah. What are you wearing?
Oh yeah, what you rocking?
Well,
Show us the fit.
OBO and
Okay,
Babe
OBO. Yep.
collab.
Nice.
Stush. This is a retail store from Mexico that they got me into here.
It's called Stush.
Yeah, Stush.
Okay. Brand Hunters. Cool.
Yeah, Brand Hunters.
Some J's.
And my J's fragments. That's it.
What type of J's are those?
Jordan 1 fragments high.
Oh, fragments.
Yeah.
Nice. Cool.
Yeah.
What about the Jordan? What's your favorite Jordan?
Jordan 1s. My
1s.
silhouette Jordan 1s. My
Yeah.
favorite Jordan 1 Breads.
The Breads.
Yeah.
The red ones.
Those
So
are
clean.
my main shoe
Yeah.
from all
I
time.
love that. That's
Yeah.
cool, man. So basketball.
What does it mean to you to be an ambassador for Mexico in America?
Yeah.
Well, that's brand new. It's been like a month,
Yeah.
no, 2 months that I've been with StockX, and they're trying to expand the brand, and they're trying to go to Latin America.
Sure.
There's only 3 ambassadors right now, Latinos,
Yeah.
which is me, Cabeza de Tenis, and Seba from Chile,
Yeah.
2 Mexicans and 1 Chileno, and they trying to go farther than Mexico.
Sure.
So they're trying to do something with people from Colombia and all that,
Cool.
all those places down there in
Yeah.
South America.
That's awesome.
But I mean, it's an honor to be part of the 3 main guys right now,
Sure.
trying to expand the culture in Latin America, and that's why we keep doing things like this, coming to this event, SneakerCon, all of the events that we can. So as long as we can be there and meeting more people to get this growing and growing, bro.
Yeah.
No limits, no limits.
I love it.
And I said like I used to tell to Custo, my
Yeah.
friend Custo, Jack Slade,
Yeah.
in the sneaker game, you don't need to know
Yeah,
or
you need to know your
nothing, any language or nothing.
Yeah.
Your shoes or your wearing speaks by themselves.
Right. Yeah, like your fit says a lot about
Yeah.
who you are, your like identity and
Yes,
all that. Yeah,
yes,
that's
definitely.
awesome. Yeah, that's
Definitely.
So cool. So
That's
cool.
great, man.
Sweet.
Hey, well, thank you for letting
Oh,
us
thank
interview
you guys.
Appreciate it,
Thank you
man.
guys.
Thanks
Nice
for
meeting
letting
you.
us do it. Yeah,
We wait for you all in Mexico.
Yeah, come
You,
through.
you-
We'll
you have
come
to be
through.
in one of our shows for sure.
All right. So we got my boy Ben right here. Tell us about a little about your brand. Tell us like what the inspo was on how you got started.
Yeah, so my brand's Unholy Saints Los Angeles. We're based in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And today we're debuting my first cut and sew collection.
Nice.
That uses all military gear, and we're upcycling
Nice.
it and adding USA-made denim.
Cool.
And it's all cut and sewn here in LA, supporting
Love that.
like the local community, and
Yeah.
like everything I do in terms of production-wise is done in LA.
Nice.
Even with the shirts we make, they're manufactured here, they're
Nice.
printed here. So everything to like the stickers are made in LA
Yeah.
to keep it local and support like
Yeah.
our communities
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
That's awesome.
Why is it important for you to make things locally and to create locally and use source locally those things?
Yeah.
For one, helping the communities out,
Sure.
and like surrounding areas out. I've always said that like I live in Santa Monica. Santa Monica is my community.
Yeah.
But then like West LA is my community.
Right.
LA is my community. California is my community. And then like the US is my. It just like keeps going until you get to like the world
Yeah.
as a community.
Yeah.
So that's like really important to me.
Nice.
And honestly, the quality that you get made here
Sure.
in the
It's a
States
lot.
especially
Yeah.
is like really top-notch quality.
Sure. I love that. Love that.
You mentioned community. What's important to you about community? What does it mean to you?
Well, I'm born and raised in New York,
Okay,
and I
cool.
feel like
Nice.
when you mention like community in New
Yeah.
York, those go like hand in hand.
Yeah.
New York is very community driven.
Nice.
Like if you go back to New York now, you'll see it. Everyone is celebrating the fact that they were able to get through the past 2 years,
Right.
and like safely. And I mean everything from like post 9/11 community when I was
Sure.
a kid
Yeah.
to like post Sandy
Wow.
community, like all those
Yeah,
types
yeah.
of community. You really see each other looking out for each other. So like.
Yeah.
So
That's
transplanting
awesome.
that to here too, and kind of bringing your own flavor and stuff.
Yeah, bringing in my own flavor with clothes, and but to me, like just helping the community in like
Yeah.
any way I can with making clothes. Like
Yeah.
I try to get all my vintage stuff also sourced
Nice.
within the States.
Cool.
So like the search on eBay, it's like shipper, where do you want the shipper
Sure,
from?
right,
I'm like,
here.
US.
Yeah,
like,
US, right.
someone local.
Right.
And it makes me feel better, like being like, oh, I know I'm buying from someone
Sure.
that like is within the States.
Yeah.
So that's
awesome.
always been.
Yeah, so you mentioned like helping the community. That's like been your purpose with the business. What do you hope to like get across your business as like, what's your mission with Unholy Saints?
Oh man, my mission. That not like fast fashion like should die like a miserable death. Like there's so much textile waste within the world. Like buying secondhand vintage, like that's become incredibly popular.
Sure.
And also like the fact that you can buy things and repurpose them and reuse them, and it doesn't only go with clothes. Like you can, like I was just watching a video now, like Team C's is like Mark Rober and Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast. They're cleaning up the scene.
Cleaning up. They want to get
$30 million.
$30 million for 30 million pounds of.
So awesome.
Yeah, and like
So awesome.
they were making. There was another organization that was making sunglasses out of recycled plastic to show that you could upcycle from someone's trash.
Yeah.
So like while these may not be someone's trash, the actual fabric,
Love that.
I saw a bigger purpose that I didn't want to just get fabric made,
Sure.
that it can be reused to
Right,
make something different.
Recycle it as
Yeah,
well, too.
yeah.
That's tight. So we both work for a church, and we believe that the church can learn a lot from like the culture these days. When I look at Unholy Saints, I'm like, yo, that's got some spirituality to it. That's got some faith aspect to it. What do you think? How do you think that plays into like culture with even just ComplexCon? How do you think that plays?
Well, I really went for. I mean, I love the idea of like my old company was called Lucky Devil.
Okay.
And I love the fact that like it was I think it's Idiom or
Sure.
whatever it is.
Yeah.
Or it's like hot and cold.
Sure.
Like they, you know what they are, but they like don't go together.
Right,
Oil,
Unholy
water.
Saints, right.
Yeah, you don't think of a saint being unholy.
Sure.
So yeah, I love that idea for it, and I think like for me, faith hasn't been like a big part of my life,
Sure.
but I definitely understand that. Like sometimes when I say unholy saints, I feel like people give me a dirty look.
Sure. Yeah.
But at the same time, like you don't have to have faith in something to believe in something. Like for me, I always think like if I walk down to the ocean and I ask the waves to stop roaring and crashing, they're not going to stop. So that's a power greater than myself in of itself. So just like I don't know where I was going with that.
No, that's great. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, I think we're just trying to talk to people and learn about their viewpoints and where they're coming from and educate ourselves, and so that's more at the heart of what we're asking.
Yeah, which is great. I think education is like one of the biggest things. Like, I'm a huge proponent on YouTube.
Sure.
I watch like
all the videos.
My YouTube is just like 15-minute mini documentaries from like the most random. I've been obsessed with
some info.
Yeah, but also like I've been obsessed with watching 70s jugglers. Jugglers from the 70s that have no point
just very
in my life, but it brings joy. So like anything that brings joy that's like healthy, I say like jump out and do it.
Cool.
So
that's awesome. Sweet. Well, last question we have for you, man. What does ComplexCon mean to you? Like being here, being involved.
It's a great chance. I've met so many people, not only like people like yourself, but like on the back end of it.
Yeah.
Like people that when I was loading things in, I met these brand owners and creative direct. Yeah, it's just like this is like a community of the people in our field. So it's really cool, and it's cool to see like all different fashion styles. Some that I really could take inspiration from, and some that like I'm wondering. Why you're wearing that. But like to each their own.
Yeah.
Like
Love it.
do you like a lot of my friends don't dress the way I dress.
Sure. Yeah. You express yourself, that's your identity type of deal with how you dress. Yeah.
That's like for me that's a New York attitude.
Yeah. Do your thing. Sweet, man. Well, Ben, thanks so much for talking, man.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you.
Yeah, with self-made, man, like where did you get this concept from?
Right.
What was the inspiration to start this?
So it's pretty simple. I mean, obviously our company is called Selfhood, which, that kind of means defining who you are as self.
Sure.
What does that mean?
Sure.
But what we want to usually create is take brands and other people and, other products and give it purpose of self. Like, what does it actually mean to, know yourself, and how does that work within the lines of the community?
Yeah,
so all of the shirts, we ask them to make a word, is whether it's self self-made, self-discovery, self-love, self-taught, things that really represents who they are and how they tell their story. So we came up with the concept self-made. Like what makes you who you are, and how do you relate that to the people around you so that you can build a community around that. So that's kind of what streetwear market is about right now. I think you really have to help the people around you to kind of, you know, do your part in the fashion industry now, or you're kind of just another surface level brand. Nobody wants that.
You know, self-made, when I think about, like, if you ask me the question, like, what makes me myself? So, like, all of us, we're Christians. We believe in Jesus. You know what I mean? Do you have people in your community that have that kind of like that identify with the religion, faith aspect?
I'm sure everybody does, right?
How does that play out?
I mean, everybody does. I think, you know, the reasons why we do what we do is because we have that, right? I think the level of respect for something else that's higher than you is what drives people on most levels, gives you hope, it gives you some type of direction. So I think
hope,
for everybody, exactly. So,
yeah.
you know, I think everybody really needs that, but at the end of the day, you know, we don't really know what they look forward to, whether it's Christianity or Buddhism or you know, what, or maybe nothing at all, or just higher power or energy. We don't know what it is, but I think people need that. Yeah, definitely. Everyone needs something to believe in. I think that builds character. It gives people more purpose. You know, for sure, for a fact.
Are you a man of faith as well too? Do you believe in anything?
I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to dub you guys, but I'm not.
No,
but I do believe in energy. I do believe in people and you guys. You know, giving me your energy about talking your stuff also brings me energy. But I don't shun against it. My mom's Christian, my whole family's Christian.
That's awesome. Yeah. The reason why we ask is because, like, man, we believe as a church, we want to learn. We want to know where our culture is today. You know what I mean? So
of course, man.
I think that's awesome.
It's the best way to learn is to coexist.
That's
exactly.
Awesome.
Did you like grow up in a Christian home?
I did. Yeah. I did. You know, I was a troubled kid. I mean.
Likewise, brother. Likewise.
You know, I was a really fucked up kid. I mean, excuse my language, but you know what? I think again, and that kind of goes back into you saying like having something to believe in to change your output. So yeah, that helped me. You know, whether it's Christianity, whether it's other things, or whether it's a passion for something, those higher powers that you know aren't tangible but have a really big influence on you. You need those. You need those. And I trust to believe that.
So you're so I'm Asian. I obviously can tell that you're Asian as well too. You what culture did you grow up in? Chinese, Korean?
Korean. I'm Korean.
Yeah. How did you think that the Korean culture? Because in my life, the Chinese culture really affected and shaped how I lived. How do you think that?
I mean, I was born in Korea.
Awesome.
I came out here when I was 4, so it was a little interesting. My sister is 8 years older than me, so she actually grew up most of her teenage life in Korea, where I grew up most of my teenage life in America. So the contrast between me and her is very heavy. But you know, it's actually humbling to know that I have a background from somewhere else, because you know that goes back to the idea of like, you know, community or coexisting. Like now I have something more to offer than just like this American lifestyle. There's something I can go back to. There's more source I can tap into.
You're
and
diverse.
And
thinking and whatnot.
Most people will live their fucking lives and only see 5% of this world, maybe even less. So whenever you get a chance to learn about somebody and their culture and what makes them self and what is selfhood, like I think it's a beautiful thing. And I think for you to be able to educate other people, you need to know yourself first. You can't teach somebody something that you don't know. Right? So that's my word.
That's super cool.
Do you mind if I ask you a more personal question?
Sure, let's see. Depends what it is.
Why do you think it is that you don't go to church? Like what made it?
I think I'm not gonna lie, it was inconvenience. You know, I think growing up, like, you know, my mom was working 2 jobs and you know never really had the time to, you know, she's a single mom, so like I was really left alone to control my own life and have my own freedom, which led to the bad shit that I did. But also it teaches you really early on how to take care of yourself. But then, you know, one of the things that never really crossed my mind was things like that. You know, and I'm not gonna lie, I've tried it. I mean, I gave it its time, but I think I'm a man of you know, like I need it in front of me. You know what I mean? It's hard to it's hard to understand. Obviously over words is really, I mean, you guys know faith itself is really hard to understand in just words. And it's exactly why people believe it so much or they don't believe it at all. And I think, you know, that's all I got to say about that.
That's great, man.
Thanks for being so honest, man. Seriously, we appreciate it. It was great.
Thanks so much, man. Hey, thanks for your time. Hope the business goes well, dude.
What's your favorite thing that you've seen here today?
Oh man, I love talking with Ben. Ben was really cool. Just him explaining Unholy Saints, and I really resonated with Ben because he said he really wanted to be involved in community and he wanted to impact the community that he was in. I thought that was super dope. What about you?
The guy at Selfhood.
Yeah, he was cool. My Asian brother.
That's right. That's right. I loved how he was talking about self-discovery and figuring out what makes yourself, and also I just love that he was so honest, man. Like, I think that's something that I appreciate about this culture is that people are willing to talk, they're willing to open up, and I mean, he shared some really personal stuff with some strangers. So.
Yeah, I love that.
I just think this has been such a welcoming, open community. I don't know, it's just neat, man. It reminds me, that part of it reminds me of church, man. Yeah. Because I know at Azusa, when people show up and they're brand new and they don't know what's going on. I mean, I've never been to ComplexCon before, but I feel at home. I feel like people want me here. They're
open-handed. They're welcoming, and I think we need more of that. You know, so that's great.